Well, today we are working with Hunkydory's Beautiful Blooms collection, and they've done some different things this time. And let me show you. In fact, one of the cards that Heidi made is using their embossed and foiled acetate. How pretty is this? And the card is acetate. So just really a different look. Okay, that's just one of many. Come play with us and see the rest. Well, as I said, Beautiful Blooms is the name of this collection by Hunkydory. And we're going to start with the toppers. Now, it's you can see they're foiled. You're going to get foiled cardstock. You're going to get printed cardstock. You get an idea sheet, so it just makes everything right there together. There's also coordinating adorable scoreable. You get 10 colors. You get 3 of each, and they're going to match perfectly, of course. Now, something new is this. They call them Beautiful Blooms Topper Tiles. You kind of get the tile idea. Every sheet has multiple images, and I'll be showing you some of them. This has 24 sheets. You get 6 designs, 4 of each one, so you will never be without Beautiful Blooms. There's also this Miri textured cardstock. Beautiful. There are 4 designs. I'm going to show you some of them, and you're going to get 5 designs. You get 4 sheets of each one. Then finally, you kind of saw a preview of that. You're going to get the foiled acetate. This is done in silver and white, so really pretty. So these are the tools that Heidi has used. And let me get started. And our very first card is this. It is out of that topper collection, as you can probably tell. And what Heidi did, I thought was very clever. Well, of course she did. Now, she started with the printed cardstock. Now, that's part of the topper collection. And this isn't foiled, but isn't it pretty? It is printed. So that's going to coordinate perfectly with the topper sheet, which is die cut. So what she did is our cards are 5 by 6.5 inches. And what Heidi did is she cut an area of the cardstock that would be 5 by 6.5. She used this area. This she'll save for another project. So she cut it to be 5 by 6.5. And so that creates our card base. Now, if you're wondering about, okay, so what do you do about envelopes? Well, we sell them separately. If you will do a search on the homepage, just do 10 envelopes, and you will see that you will get 10 envelopes in a package to fit these 5 by 6.5 inch cards. They'll also fit 5 by 7 inch cards. Okay, now for the top part of her card, this is one of the acetates. So what she did, let me bring the sheet in here. So this is the one that she used. It is one of the white foiled pieces. It has white foiling on it. And because we want it to be 5 by 6.5, but we need an extra 1/2 inch. That way we can score it and fold it around and attach it on the back of the card. So it's going to be 5.5 by 6.5. Okay, so if you will take this, now the part that she used is the part where my post-it note is. So she's going to do 5.5 by 6.5, and that will give us the piece of acetate. Then she's going to go from that cut edge in 1/2 inch, score it, and then fold it back. And that folding it back is going to get attached with our good friend extra sticky tape. And so what she does is put the tape on the back of that fold and secure it here. Now, Heidi elects to put something pretty over the top of it. So this is the sheet she's using on the front of her card. So she took the border, used extra sticky tape to apply it over that edge, just to make it pretty. You know, we like pretty, don't we? Okay, so then we have our card. So then Heidi is going to take, in this case, there's always, or in the larger pieces, there's always 3, in this case, ovals. So there's a decorative one, there is a solid one that's lavender, and then the tulips in this case. So what she did was to take the largest piece and she put it onto the lavender cardstock and cut it out. But then she cut out a second piece. Why? Because she knew that she's going to attach this with foam tape, and that tape could show. So she wanted to have another oval to go on the back of it. Clever lady. She likes to keep all of her edges really looking pretty, and I think that's very nice. So she has taken the biggest one and glued it to her lavender cardstock, and then cut around it, and then she did a second one to go on the back here. Then she attached that to her acetate again with the extra sticky tape, you know, right here, the extra sticky tape, and then foam tape the center one on top. So that just works nicely. Now the other thing that she has right there is the bloom, and it's right here. You make my day bloom. Now she elected to foam tape that in the middle of her tulips. Now you could do that. You could foam tape it down here. You could do anything that you want. She did elect to do some bows, and because of you and because you ask questions sometimes in the comments, which I very much appreciate, how does Heidi get these beautiful bows? And I asked Heidi, and she said, well, she uses Hunkydory's bow maker. It is a pedestal with sticks that you can put at different areas, and you just use it to make a bow. Now we happen at this moment to be out of stock, but actually we expect them next week. So as soon as we get it in, I'll do a product video, put it on the product page of the bow maker. I've listed it down below just so that you don't forget. But that is a way, according to Heidi, that she makes perfect bows every single time. She says she's a great believer, so I will take her word for it. Now the other thing that she added on top are the pink shimmer sparklets. These are also from Hunkydory. They're self-adhesive. You see it comes in different shades. And so she's used darker ones and lighter ones to go around her topper right there. Now for the inside of her card, well, you already have the base that was already created, and then she layered two of these ovals. You can see now she elected to take this one, although it has some beautiful foiled tulips on it. She took it and turned it sideways. You can see the white lace down there, the white lace right here, and then she put another one on top, wishing you many happy returns. Another bow. She has a bow right there, and the best wishes, which is right there, right on top of it. So all of this, so see her bows don't hit each other, so that this is going to fold nicely. And that takes care of our very first card. I think Beautiful Blooms is an apt description for this. I hope you agree. Now, we're going to go to our second card, and that is the one that is out of the acetate. And I frankly think this is brilliant. So let me show you what Heidi did. She took this acetate, and it is silver on both sides, and this becomes her card base. So you can see it's right there. So she wants again to end up with a 5 by 6.5 inch card. So she is going to cut this to be 10 inches by 6.5 inches. So starting here, going 10 inches, measuring 6.5 inches wide, cutting that out, folding it in half and scoring it, and then folding that to make her card base. So that gets us started. Now, she did some decorating, as you would imagine. And to begin with, because this is clear, so that kind of, there are a couple of other things to remember. But what she has done, this is the printed cardstock that comes in the topper set. You see the lace. What she did was to cut a piece of this so that she could position it behind her card. So you see where it is right here, and that's how it's going to look. So she's going to cut this to be a little bit narrower than this piece, than the foiling. So I think the foiling is about 2 inches, so this is going to be 1 3/4. So she's going to cut it just straight. Don't have to worry about it. And then this is going to get attached with the extra sticky tape. So you just put the tape on it and then slip it behind your card. Now, knowing that Heidi wanted to make sure that this was covered on the back side, she cut a second piece out of the purple. Same thing, attached it to, glued it to the back of that first piece, okay? So that's going to get you this very fun and very pretty look. Now, you do get the foiling there. You're going to get foiling on the topper. Let's talk about the topper. It is right here, and it too has 3 layers. But Heidi has only used the center one and then the next one out. She didn't use that one. She's going to use that on the inside of the card. So these 2 are going to get pulled out. This silver one is going to get attached to the card and with the extra sticky tape. There we go. You can see it right there. There's the silver. There you go. And then this piece gets foam taped on top. And you can see that the tag wishing you a blooming lovely day and hello beautiful. This is foam tape. This is just placed with extra sticky tape. Then Heidi also made a bow out of the white ribbon and placed it, zotted it right there. And then she went into, these are the purple shimmer sparklets, and placed them, as you can see, throughout the card. Now we have another foiled look up here, and that is from our Dazzles. This happens to be the 96 Fancy Borders, and it has scallops, it has wide ones, it has skinny ones, all kinds, and she has placed one right at the fold. So there we go. Now, when we flip to the inside of a card, you can see that she's placed another one down below, and it kind of peeks through when the card is closed because it's all acetate. I love this look. I think it's brilliant. Okay, stay focused, Paulette. Now, we're going to take, remember you used the middle one and the outside. We're going to take this one, and we're going to cut it in half. And then we're going to flip it. In fact, let me turn this so you can see. That has got the flowers, and that's going to go in the center of the legs of it are going to be in the center of the card. Okay. Now, to cover up those legs, Heidi went back into the topper, and she's using the foil sheet. You see the foiling? She's going to use the top part of it. So she cut a piece that was starting just above the foiling. You can see right there. There's the foiling, it's just above it, and going straight right under that lace, making it 6.5 inches long, and using extra sticky tape to attach that there. And that's going to cover up the legs. It's also going to be hidden when the card is closed, so it gives you a really nice aha. The other thing that's happening, and you can see it right now, is that that outside frame is really peaking and finishing the top of the card. So that's nice, really nice. Now, this is another of the die cuts. Here it is. I love you for all that you are, all that you have been, and all that you will be. Right there. More of those sparklets, and another bow is finishing off this really lovely card. So we've got 2. Now we need to get into those tiles and see what those are all about. So let me bring in Heidi's next card, and here it is. Now this is made with one of our die cuts, and let me show you which one. This is the Trifold Surprise, and as a matter of fact, we just reordered this and just got it in. So I'm happy to tell you this is such an easy card to make and so effortless. So you're simply going to need 1 sheet of the cardstock, and you can see the lavender sheet is what she used. And as always with our fabulous folded, it comes with instructions, and just to tell you where the mountain folds and the valley folds are, and that will take care of you. Okay, so she has die cut it out of the lavender adorable scoreable. She has folded 1 valley in the middle and then a mountain at the opposite side. So you see that's where it folds in the middle. This becomes a valley, this becomes a mountain. So you can see that's why that's a mountain, because they're going up, and why that's a valley, because it goes down. Okay, so there we go. Now, how to decorate this. Well, remember I said that they have the embossed Mary? Well, this is the one that she has used. And isn't that beautiful? Just gorgeous. I think you get 4 sheets with 5 designs, just really pretty. Now, let me talk to you about that the the tiles, the topper tiles, sorry. Okay, here is the sheet that she used, and let me kind of just go through this with you. So you've got these little squares, you've got a big one, kind of some more square ones, another close-up of the flowers, and then 2 others. So let me show you how Heidi has used them. So she took this piece and trimmed it, just used the paper trimmer, or you could use scissors, and matted it onto the swirl Mary, and foam taped it onto the front of her card. Now she did add these clear shimmers on top, and she's put it onto the flowers. She used the blue ribbon set to tie a bow out of the grosgrain and sawed it in place. Now, I'm going to, well, I'll go ahead and tell you now. So you see the love, you see the hello. Those are out of our new set that is called Purple 12 Dazzles. Why it's called that, in fact, let me open this up, is because everything in here is purple. It was a customer request. I hope you're watching, and God bless you for thinking of it. And what this has is almost all of our dazzle sheets, but in purple. So we have thank you, we have script words, we have borders, we have tiny words and phrases. We're going to be using that. That's the hello. We've got more of the thin line dazzles. We have the inside and outside. We have the script. In fact, this is the we're together. We've got, in fact, there's more there. But you can see the love. The love is right here on this sheet. And isn't that just lovely how it goes, and the heart is part of it? Just really, really nice. So that's just one of the hundreds of dazzle looks that you get in that sheet, or in that pack. Okay, so that's our front card. Now we're going to go here, and I want to tell you, you know what, I'm going to go here next, okay? Because this is a piece that is cut out of this. Same idea, it's trimmed to size. The sizes are down below in the directions, matted on that Mary, and wrapped with a bit of ribbon, just knotted and foam taped in place. More of the sparklets right there. Now, these pieces, Heidi did something really clever, and it took me a little while to figure it out, but they all come from this piece. Now, you get multiple copies of these images, but let me just show you what she did. So these measure about 1 3/4 inches by 1.5, something like that. Again, the directions are down below. So for this area, can you see that lily or lavender going up there? This is the area that she used right here. Okay, maybe it's a little bit lower. Okay, so that's about the area that she used. For this, she flipped this and she used this space. So I'm going to go like this. So she used that area. Can you see that? Then for this, she used this area. Now, you can do it out of separate pieces, or you can try to do what I did out of one. But that's how she used them, and I think it is brilliant. I love maximizing any artwork that you get. And each of them was matted onto the Mary, the embossed Mary. And you can see the tiny words and phrases in purple. Hello, simple joys, happy thoughts. Isn't that nice? Now, the Love You was done out of the solid Adorable Scoreable and matted on the Mary, and then more of the purple dazzles to give everything a cohesive look. So just works very nicely. So I hope you can see and get an idea of how versatile this cutting die is. It's called a trifold surprise. And there you are, because there's always a surprise inside, and you do get the 3 panels. So there you go. Okay, we'll get on to our last card. This too is using the tiles. This too is also using a cutting die. So let me get this all organized. We're going to use the sidestep card, and this is just a perennial favorite. Same thing. We have this in a die cut cards as well as the cutting die. So you take your pick, and this will be, you can die cut using a regular die cutting machine like the Big Shot or the Gemini Junior. But this time she has die cut it out of the Mary cardstock. And let me bring this in. So this looks like there's flowers and lace, very highly shiny, as you can imagine, and this is cardstock. So she has die cut that piece, and that's what it looks like when it is flat. And so you're going to go, the middle of it is going to be mountain folds, then you're going to do valley, mountain, valley, mountain. It's like an accordion there on the right-hand side. Okay, so that's what we have. Now, let's get into the tile. And here is the sheet that she's used, all with lavender and more purple. This is really a purple, passionate whole collection, isn't it? Now, again, you get multiples of each of these. And these are on a lightweight cardstock, so they have a nice body to them. And what she has done, well, let's just start with this one. So she has taken this tile, trimmed it out. She matted it on the burgundy color, which somehow I don't have. I think we used it earlier. And that's going to get foam taped on this larger piece. But what she also did is she took, she made it dimensional. And she did that by taking another one of the pieces of art and cutting just some of the flowers out as one piece. And then she foam taped that. Then she decided to go back and do a couple of other flowers individually or in groups of 2 or 3 and foam tape those on top. You don't have to do that, but it's another option that you get because you get multiple sheets of these. And she has added into from the purple collection of ribbons. So you can see that she's got that purple gingham bow that she's zotted on top. She also added purple jewel dazzles. You can see the sparkly centers of those flowers. Well, that's of the jewel dazzles. Now the high comes from another set of dazzles. These are called More Greetings. So these have deepest sympathy, just because, happy birthday, get well soon, best wishes, and it has a high. And it has multiple finishes, so that white high completes this panel. Now, for the other panels, you can see how I can lay those out. You can see that this comes from here, and this comes from over here at the bottom, that little one. And then this comes from right here. Now, she elected to mat all of them on the same Adorable Scoreable. That way there's a continuity. And I love how she placed these on what we call the steps. This is a side step card. But she also did the same technique that she did here. She took a second sheet and then cut around a bouquet, foam taped it on top, did the same thing here, and added the jewel dazzles. So that just finishes that look. And I just really like it. I love the shine. You know, shine is fun. Now, on the inside of the card, she has taken the cutting die and cut it out of the light blue and then just trimmed this down a little bit smaller. Now, this sheet, that vase, is right here. So she simply matted that on the Mary And then she added the jewel dazzles just going along the flowers. The Just For You comes out of that dazzle set, as does the ribbon that we talked about. And that finishes this very striking card. I think Heidi's done some really unique things with this collection. Now, to recap, what's in the collection, you might ask? Well, let me tell you. We're going to get the Beautiful Blooms topper set. We have the Adorable Scoreable. We have the topper tiles. I predict you're going to be seeing more of those. Excuse me. We have the Miri that is textured. You saw several of those. And we have the Beautiful Blooms Luxury Foiled Acetate. Very wonderful. All of these are in the Money Saver on the right side of your screen. That's where we keep it. You're going to get a discount if you choose to get the whole collection, but you can certainly buy them individually. If you are watching this on YouTube, I want to encourage you to like us, because we really want your liking, and subscribe, because we really want your subscription. Then pop over to paperwishes.com, take advantage of the Money Saver, or buy what you like. Look down below and you'll see the cards that Heidi's done. You'll also see her instructions, which just makes it so easy. And you can mix and match, have fun, take these techniques and use them, adapt them to make them your own, because I know that's what you love doing. I want to thank you for being with us and for being absolutely the best part of the Paper Wishes family. We'll see you next time.